It is time to talk about some more Star Wars Unlimited and open up some more booster boxes. We're going to see if we can get through at least a case here. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Sometimes we start with one and then we do more. Sometimes things like that happen, and we're going to talk about why I just love regular booster boxes and why I think they are so key to the success, not only of course of Star Wars Unlimited, but to any TCG, because this is your core product. Even if you have really cool, really fancy, special, hyper, super, carbonite, fractured, whatever cool stuff you have, the regular booster box it's your core product. It is your core product, and as Mr. Balin there says, it wants to look good. It needs to look good. It should be good. So we're going to open up some stuff here. We're going to talk about it. And, we'll see how long it takes us to get fully into the conversation. Might wait a little bit as we try and get a couple more people joining on the live stream. We are going to do this live, get some good shiny things here. Now, I had hoped to do some more live streams and different things over the past few days, but it's been a little crazy. It has been a little bit crazy trying to keep up with orders for this set, particularly play sets. I believe that I have sold more play sets for Legends of the Force than I did for the last 3 sets combined. Again, I've sold more play sets for Legends of the Force than Twilight of the Republic, Jump to Lightspeed, and Shadows of the Galaxy all together. So it's exciting to see something that has some of the same interest and joy that we had way back in Spark of the Rebellion. Now, before, of course, I get too overly excited about that idea, I do believe part of that has to do with the old big event coming up in Las Vegas, and some people just wanting to get play sets and different things right away so they don't have to mess around with packs and things, and they don't have to think too hard about it. Mr. Pong, Hyperspace R, I love those. Size matters not. That's a cool pack. Question here from the chat. I'm contemplating whether or not to buy a Carbonite box. Nobody's really playing in my area in the UK, but I do enjoy opening Carbonite. Well, Carbonite is fun. It is a lot of fun. And oh my goodness, definitely for speed of finding large, powerful, big, good cards, Carbonite is the way to go. And, even for me, if it had regular cards in it for making play sets and stuff, I don't know, it'd be faster to find things. And I would like that. The father, I would like that. Of course, I can't, for sure tell you should or should not do that. But they are fun. Definitely fun to open. But thinking about, for me and Carbonite, is no matter how fun and amazing Carbonite is and will be and should be, to me, these boxes, it is extremely important for the health of Star Wars Unlimited, for the growth of the game, for everything about it, that they keep these boxes as much fire as possible. That's a weird phrase to say, but we say weird things on the channel here, and most of you are here for the weirdness, aren't you? A little bit of foil dodderage there. See, just frustrating not being able to play the game itself. Nobody showed up at the pre-release apart from yourself. Okay, so here, oh my goodness, I mean, this kind of helps get into the topic. Question though for you in the chat. Has it been something where people in the past have been showing up for Star Wars Unlimited? Like, is it a store that's just started with Star Wars Unlimited? Give us a little context here for what's happening. Because, again, kind of my whole thesis for why these boxes are the key for everything is in one way to help things like that not happen, right? So that you actually do have people showing up for pre-releases, so that the game becomes something more than just big fancy chasing Carbonite things. Obviously, which is not, it's not the problem everywhere for Star Wars Unlimited, but I mean, again, I don't know the circumstances of what's going on there at that store in that place. But one of the big things is that if these boxes, regular boxes, are not, in general, over the long term, on a regularly expected basis, able to hold a decent value for stores, then stores have a very, very, very low, very low, super low incentive to do anything about growing Star Wars Unlimited. Okay, yep. That's kind of, that's kind of one of the things. After set 3, a lot of people stopped, went back to, went back to Magic or different things. And set 3, I mean, it's one of those sets. Again, that was back when there was only this product. Man, is one of those things where they just didn't quite get it right. And there's a lot of reasons, a lot of issues. But at the end of the day, I mean, one super easy indicator for everything is look at the price of a regular booster box for a set of whatever game it is. And that helps tell a big story. You're not going to get everything, of course, from that one number, but big story about how things are going. Twilight of the Republic, as the price of boxes cratered and fell and blew up into the nether sphere. Gosh, these temples are cool. It's just symptomatic of not getting a lot of things right. But, again, if this product, this is your core product, and in my mind, I don't know, it doesn't seem like a lot of, or all places are about this, but in my mind, you should be doing everything possible as a game maker, Yoda, to make sure that this product lands at the right price out there. And for me, that right price is a price that's a healthy margin for stores and places. Like it has, like once you have a healthy margin for a product like this, and stores have the sense that on one hand, they're going to be able to get more product if they sell through some product. Like they know there's a way to keep getting more. Like if you know you can only get 3 boxes, and you've only got 3 boxes, and you know you can't get any more boxes, then you have no incentive to like do any work really to try and move those boxes and get more people in, because 1, you just can't. You don't have enough product to actually give to people. But 2, there's like nothing on the back end, right? On the flip side, if it's the complete opposite and there's just so much out there, and then you're like, well, I know I could get more boxes, but I end up just losing money on every box I touch. Like you have the opposite incentive of, well, why would I spend a lot of time to build up a large group of people to play this game, and for every person I add to the game, I actually lose money? And I know some people don't like to think about the business side of everything, but that affects everything else. Like, I would love to live in, the perfect world where, man, everybody just, I don't know, the games always just grew perfectly, organically, and it was all flowers and roses, and everybody had a magical experience every time they touched a card or looked at a card, or I don't know what kind of ridiculous things I'm coming up with here, but it doesn't really work that way. And the best experiences and gaming experiences can really come about when there's incentive for people to to kind of like pause what they're doing, look at Star Wars Unlimited and say, you know what? I'm all in. I'm all in. And they're all in for trying to run events, try and create content that gets people into the game. They're all in for collecting. They're all in for whatever. And man, this box, if you get this box right, it's like the foundation for everything. And you know what, Carbonite, I love, oh gosh, I thought we were going to have a Vader, but we didn't. It's just the Sidious just sneaking in. Carbonite is so awesome. Like collecting stuff, like for everything I do, oh my gosh, how much faster the world would be if I could open up everything at 10 times the speed and not have to dig through millions and millions and millions of cards. It's awesome. But it's the type of product that is not, like, it's literally not for everyone, because a bunch of people can't afford to pay $300 for a box that you don't really get enough cards to really play with anyways. So there's that factor. But then two, it's the type of product that if you do too much of it, it's very easy to do too much of it, let's put it that way, and then it's just pure chaos and descent into sadness. So it's like, it's a limited product, and it kind of ends up being the kind of product where, especially when it's allocated and whatnot, it's kind of like choose the stores you want to survive. Oh my goodness. You know, if they do it wrong, and let's just say maybe Jump to Lightspeed is one of those examples, well, the stores you send the Carbonite to are going to rock and thrive, and the stores you don't, you're going to struggle. You're definitely going to struggle. And to me, again, that's why, like, with your core product, the product that every place can get, and every place can get constructed lightsabers and cool things at decent rates, once you get that right, and you keep it right, and you maintain it, and you focus on it, then there's a real ability for places to grow and thrive and make things happen. And, you know, example there too in the chat. Oh my goodness. Like, one of the big challenges for just game stores in general is you go in, and I mean, they have a million options, right, of things they can be doing. And so Star Wars needs to be the kind of product where instead of a game store kind of being like, well, we could try it, it has to be the kind of product where a store looks at it and they're like, there's no way I'm skipping on this product, right? There's no way I'm missing out on Star Wars. And it can't be a hope for a store where they look at Carbonite and they're like, man, maybe if we do all the work and we buy enough booster boxes and we keep getting enough stuff, maybe eventually we'll be able to get 2 cases of Carbonite, or 3 cases of Carbonite, or 4 cases of Carbonite. And you do all that work just to get the Carbonite, and then you sell this product for whatever. Like, oh my goodness, it's just a recipe for not making your game grow. It's a recipe for causing problems. It's a recipe for letting your game not be what it could be. And man, I mean, as much as I love collector boxes and the idea of all of that fun and jazz, I mean, come on, it's like, if I'm going to buy a box of Magic, probably ever at this point going to buy a collector box. It's just kind of how they've done it in the way that it is. But the more they can keep it so that you really feel like, which one should I get? And actually, I think the more people that are drawn to the regular base product for your game, the better it is and the healthier it is. And, you know, the biggest thing with the way the Star Wars Unlimited is set up right now is it really just kind of means, well, how powerful are the legendaries? How good are the legendaries? How much can they hold and maintain the value and excitement of these boxes, because man, we're gonna, like, you know, we do showcase hunting videos. We love showcases. Showcases are fun. Foil rares are fun. But man, the showcases is, you know, you just 1 in 12 boxes. It's not enough. The legendaries have to pull their weight. And right now, you know, Legends of the Forest, of course, it's just pre-orders and whatnot, but Anakin and Darth Vader are doing a pretty good job pulling some weight. Once you add Yoda and a constructed lightsaber behind it, like, it's good. It's really, it's actually a pretty, like, pretty good looking product at it. Now, Supremacy. Supremacy's not really helping as much, you know, as it could, as it should. But man, if they just got a couple more of those legendaries, they got to keep a couple more of them up. That can really just make these type of boxes just rock. Absolutely rock. Another thing in here, crazy. MTG is pretty bad right now with all the UB garbage. I don't know. I haven't kept up with Magic stuff. I can't keep up with everything they're doing. And I don't know anyone else that plays my town either. Like, that's where, again, to me, Babu Frick is coming in. That's where it is so, so key that you get people who can just make this be what they do. Like, they can make, that's the clearest way to say nothing, right? What a wonderful phrase you just used. Oh, man. You want people where the main thing that they work on is building up a base of people who play Star Wars Unlimited, play and collect Star Wars Unlimited in an area. And man, you know, like, see there in the chat. Packs are cheap. There still isn't a lot of value in buying packs for singles. They're getting there. Still some changes to make. 100%, 100%. And cheap packs do not equal lots of more people playing. Oh, there you go. Universes Beyond, not Blue Black. Yes. Okay, yes. Yeah, I totally get you on the Universes Beyond thing. Inquisitor. What was I going to say? What was I going to say? So many different things. I kind of want to bring up that Universes Beyond thing a little bit too here in Star Wars Unlimited. But, man, you want to, like, this game, it's Star Wars. It is Star Wars. It does not matter what town, city, farm, square mile you go to in the United States. There are people who know what Star Wars is, right? And there are so many people who would play a Star Wars game if somebody invited them to play the game, and if there were other people to play the game with them. There's so many people, and oh man, there's kind of this thing where obviously organic growth is like super amazing, awesome. Like, if that's what you want. You want people, they get a box, they're just so excited about it. They go and they tell their friends and they bring their friends over and, you know, yada yada. That's great, but that only gets you so far. And, you know, putting an ad on YouTube, it only gets you so far. You have to build up a network. This is what, you know, stores are supposed to be, of people who are excited about your game, who are going to run events, who are going to make things happen, who are going to build your game, grow your game, invite people to play the game. And you know what? If this product cannot maintain a good value so that it makes it worth the time of the people that you want to go and grow your game and run events and do different things, to actually spend time to go and find people to play the game or teach people to play the game. Like, if you can't keep that on the core product, then those people won't go and do that. And I think one of the best, I don't know if it's the best example, an example of that is that, I mean, I don't, this is a type of example. I've said this before, but you know, I live in an area where there's like a million game stores. And for better or worse, I mean, they're everywhere. That's one of the reasons why it doesn't make a ton of sense for me to just open one myself, because it's like, well, there's the sixth one on the block. And I have gone into a large variety of these game stores. I don't know how many times I've gone into all these different game stores. I can think of one time in my entire life of going to the game stores. So it's like, think 20 plus years. I will give you the full number, 20 plus years. Of all of those years, only one time did anybody working at a game store ever suggest trying a game to me. One time. And that was back in the year 2000. That's the last time somebody at a game store just suggested that I try a game or play a game. Not even like a set, nobody's ever suggested a set, nobody's ever did, like, literally that's the last time somebody did that. And oh my goodness, it was great. We had a lot of fun. MLB Showdown, it was great. That one little suggestion, they made a lot of bank at that store from us. I mean, I guess not too much, because, you know, I didn't have that much money. I had to beg for those cards, but I don't know. It's like, another way I've thought of it too is like, you know, when like it rains in your area or something, or one little piece of hail comes down, the next day there's people running all around trying to sell you a new roof and do different things for you and whatnot, because they're going to make some profit off of it. But when it comes to a lot of TCGs, Grand Inquisitor Hyperspace Nice with a Pong, that's one of the rares I need more of. Like, if you've got a booster box, and this one, I know there's a chance that Legends actually holds and does a decent job. But if you got a booster box and it's Jump to Lightspeed or any of these other sets where it's back down, the distributor's trying to sell it off cheap and that kind of stuff, like, there's no incentive to try and get anybody to really buy more or buy it. Like, if you're just going to lose money on it. That's Anakin Skywalker coming in. Take that. Universe? Something? I don't know. You gotta make it so it's worth it for people to do this. And so what happens a lot of times with a game like SWU, other different games, is it can just get caught amongst the pile of other TCGs. It's worth doing the work to try to get the carbonate boxes. You run events, you jump through the hoops, but there's not really like this long-term, like, I don't know, what store that's out there is having like a campaign of like, let's get more people into this game. Let's see if we can invite 50 people to play Star Wars this week. You know, you live in a town, you got a metro area or something, and there's 200,000 people around you. Come on, you know, like, let's get some stuff rocking. Let's get some stuff moving. Like, these games can really grow. But the incentive to do so is very, I don't know. It's kind of more of a just wait and see what happens vibe. And man, I mean, oh my gosh, we kind of took a turn where I thought I was going to talk about in this video. But that's what keeps things interesting, right? Things move around, things like here. Let's see here. We got Town South Me as a good group. It's 45 minutes away. Pre-release was great. Nice. Glad to hear that was great. Got some fun stuff. Promo Mall. Very cool. Ultimately worried about the life of the game after seeing how popular Destiny was, but died after 3 years. I was not around for the Destiny era. I've heard a lot about it. Man, I mean, again, my view is that this game is it has the potential to be just absolutely wild big and last a long time. It has the right IP. It has a few things they need to change with it. To me, one of the number one indicators for if they're moving in the right direction is how are Bendu's doing? How are regular booster boxes doing? Again, with Legends here, I think, I don't know. You have no idea. There's too many people moving around in different things. And I mean, the sales are pretty good right now. I talked again before, like playset sales, doing really well. We have a couple of legendaries that are very popular. Again, I hope that it's not just because there's a big event coming up and, you know, it's kind of like a little hype fun thing that lasts for Ascension cables for a couple weeks and then it's like everybody walks away from it. I hope it's more than that. Definitely a possibility. I hope that, you know, whatever extra stockpile of product they have, they don't get a little giddy with it and shoot it all out there just to, you know, move numbers, make numbers move around. I hope they're a little patient with it. Yeah, I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen with it. Obviously, you don't want, let me be clear, because I think some people, many people, look at that, together. Many people will misunderstand what I mean, and they'll think that I mean that I want what happened to Spark of Rebellion to happen. And that's not true. I do not want to see regular booster boxes be $200. I do not want them to be $180 or $170 or $160 or $150. I want them to be at the MSRP. Or even 99. You know, like that's where I want the boxes to land. The price where it's the value of what they think it should be. That's where it should be, because that's a healthy point. That's a price where it's like, man, this product is moving. It's moving well. The people who have it, they want to sell the product, but they're not desperate. Like if you're at that price, then you start to see and you can tell, okay, it's not desperation moves, right? It's not Twilight of the Republic where you get Superstore who's like, we've got 100 boxes at $42. And that's just the ones we're showing you right now because there's really 500 or 600 or 7,000 or, you know, I don't know what the number is. Like that, the panic, just do whatever you got. That's so bad. So bad for the game. Oh, man. See here. Someone has to champion the game. I built the X-Wing community here from 3 people to 12, 6 months. Yep, 100%. I did the same thing with, I mean, like, again, to show how easy, or to, I don't know, this is anecdotal, whatever. But I did that with the Lord of the Rings TCG, what, I don't know, 10, 15 years after the game had died. I put in minimal effort, absolute minimal effort. Oh, is that something? Or am I crazy? I'm crazy. I put in minimal effort at, you know, one of these nice local game stores that were around here, and who would let me just run little events there. And man, I had a group of people, kind of consistently 12, 13 people again, just super minimal effort once a month, who were coming to show up and play it. And we did, oh my gosh, we had so much fun doing all sorts of sealed and draft and constructed, and like, it was just amazing. And I put in like, I literally just messaged people I knew. And then some people just showed up because they saw us at the store. Like, it's so key to actually have things happening out in public for people to see. And that's one way to grow the game, right? Is through that local thing. Another thing now is because it's internet time. And you have to have people doing lots of internet stuff. And it has to be more than just people who are super awesome at SEO and who will make sure that anybody who searches for buying your game goes to their website. Like, that is not something that grows your game. That's just something that, you know, helps people who already want your game to find it. You have to really support and find ways to support people who will help grow your game. And I don't, like, I don't know. I don't know what the kind of inner workings are of different things, but if you really want it to work, like, you gotta do a bit more reaching out and helping of people to do that, as opposed to just waiting for it to happen organically, or sending like little things here and there to try and grab a bunch of people from other platforms, or steal other people from other games. I don't know. You gotta do more. Anakin number 2 is in. Look at that lightsaber. Let's see here. Gameplay is amazing. Unlike other card games, the universe of Star Wars is strictly locked in. That's what Disney does. What has come before? How many Vader, Yodas, Anakins are we going to get before people get bored? I think that's less of a problem than maybe some other people think of. And I mean, some people are going to get bored no matter what, right? Some people, they're just going to get, doesn't matter what you do, they're going to get bored. With Star Wars, man, I mean, let's put it this way, right? How long has Star Wars been around? And how many people are still super fans of Star Wars from like decades? How many people are still super Lord of the Rings fans for decades of doing stuff? Like, you know, it's funny, but I mean, there's a lot of people who are playing this game, right? They played the Wizards of the Coast version. They played Destiny. They played Jedi Knights. They played the Cypher version back in the day. And I mean, if you think of it that way, how many Vaders have they already gone through before they even get to this game, right? I don't know. And the fun way about how they've done it in here is that because there's four different main colors, and you never know, you can always add a fifth or do something sneaky. But because there's the different colors, once you can put that character in different colors very easily. Yoda, like foil pong. And once you start, moving it from color to color, it has a different feel, a different vibe. It reaches a different player. I know a lot of the professional players are just going to go, whatever's the top deck and that sort of jazz. But a lot of people, they really, latch on to a certain type of play style or color. And some people that just like playing aggro decks. Some people just love getting yaddles. Look at that. Got a yaddle. And, I think there's a lot of room for that. And again, Star Wars is so, at this point, it's so big. There's so many different things that if you do it right, you can go a long way with it. Hello, Dalran. Matthew says, basic foils should be removed, honestly. They should use that money to improve hyperspace foils so they actually don't fold on themselves instantly. I 100% agree at this point that regular foils like this should just be out of the boxes. There's no point in having them at this point. And to me, the number one indicator is kind of the same indicator I use for how I feel a box itself is doing, is go on TCG Player. Now that they've split the foil and non-foil cards, it's done a huge damage on the value of the foil cards. Because, like previously, you go to buy your Yoda, right? The foils and non-foils, they're on the same listing. And there's a lot of people who maybe they prefer the non-foil, but if they see a foil version that's kind of anywhere near the price of the non-foil, where the foil actually costs less, they're much more likely, look at this Adi, much more likely to just grab that foil and buy it. Now that they are separate listings, you can go do it for Adi Gallia. Check it out. Her non-foil right now is like $9 on TCG Player. And at least last I checked, the foil was down at like $3 or something. And that is not good. It's not good. Your variance should never be a third of the value of the regular cards. And man, as much I still think I like these. I think they look good. I'm not saying they look bad or they're like totally, but just the market itself is spoken, and there's so like the main thing is people playing. Obviously, there's people like me who still like collecting sets and different things, but it's just there's not enough of that, and they haven't really done enough to grow that more. The collecting side of things, where the foils are just kind of, they just don't have a home. They don't have that place they need. It doesn't, and again, this is, old school. Having one in a pack, they don't feel as special as they did way back in the day. Like, if you wanted to decipher Lord of the Rings, you're getting like, what, 5, 6 foils, maybe 7 in a whole box, maybe 1 rare foil in a whole box. So you needed to get 121 boxes with perfect distribution to open an entire foil rare set. Look at that, hyperspace foil. Yeah, now that is the kind of rare we're talking about. Boom. Yep, foils are cheaper because they don't sell. Absolutely. Yeah, and it is frustrating, obviously, when you want to play a game and the cards bend, and then you get somebody who says, oh, they have their deck marked because they put a foil in their deck, and oh, yuck. I don't like that. The foils, they never really come out super clean. They always have a little bit of a bend. It's just kind of how they are. I would love to see, them figure out how to make them a little bit flatter. Honestly, the best way to do it is just like showcases, and you got foils on both sides. Like if they're double-sided foils, boom. That, of course, would cost a bit more money, and that ain't gonna happen, but it would be pretty cool. That would be cool. King. Matthew, if it was me, I'd remove the basic foils, make hyperspace foils double-sided, full art, yes, on the back, and foil it. Double-sided foils don't have that issue already. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, I do believe, I don't know, isn't one of the reasons that a lot of games are putting in 1 foil per pack is just to avoid people who are trying to do sneaky shenanigans, checking for stuff on the inside and whatnot. And so by having a foil in every pack, it's more difficult to do super shady stuff. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that's one of the reasons why some people do that, things do that. Ooh, lightsaber eye and a Darth Tyrannus. I mean, yeah, honestly, foils, now that they're getting a little bit kind of beaten down, Mr. Lightsaber. Oh, and you know what? Look at you. How long have your eyes been sneaking there, making us not focused? Ooh. The foils aren't adding a lot of value to the box at this point. Like, they add some, but they're not really adding a ton. So, personally, yeah, I'd be totally fine to get rid of the regular foils, and then they just make a couple more legendaries a little bit more wild awesome, and then boom. Boom, make sure you don't overdo the carbonite boxes. There's different fixes for those as well, but that, and then you spend a little bit more time investing, kind of what we talked about before, investing in that growth of the game. Like big super events and fun things are cool, but man, if I was FFG at this point, I would be reaching out to Malakili. I'd be reaching out to anybody. How do I say this? I would do more reach outs. to people who are doing things that could potentially help grow your game. How's that? How does that go? Oh. Oh my goodness. Oh, there we go. Finally, we got one. It took 5 boxes to find a Vader, but those Anakins are creeping up in maybe even more exciting size, Matush not. Let's see here. Yep, double-sided foils are so awesome. They're so nice. And the reason they don't have the problem is, again, yeah, the foiling is on both sides. So between moisture and different things that pull on a card, once you have that pulling on both sides of the card, it, you know, kind of evens out and looks awesome. Now, it's not always the case, but it fixes it pretty well. The other thing that can be good is the cold foil type techniques. And man, you know, they're going down the route. This is a Carbonite conversation, but they're going down the route where they are continually, it appears they're going to continually coming up with a new prestige design and a new look for cards and all this, you know, fun stuff. And I like seeing new stuff. I like new variants and things, but I just get so much more excited when you really spend your design time and you just focus on making one really cool variant, one really good looking variant that's going to look good in every set, and you cling to that and you rock it and you just let it be awesome, and you don't get distracted by the need to always feel like you got to make something. Everything has to always be new. That's, I mean, to me, that's one of the problems with the different, what's the word, keywords or different things they've tried to throw in with every set. This set, it's the Force. You know, with previous sets, you know, you got coordinating all these different things. It's like every set has to have a new way to play the game. Every set has to have a new type of thing. Every set has to have a new, you know, it's kind of in part being pulled from Magic, where it's like, oh, it's got to have the new, got to have the new, got to keep people interested, got to be engaged, got to be exciting. And I just feel like it's just not. It's like it's not like that. You don't need that. Like, I would rather maybe every 3 sets you come up with some really good new keywords and abilities. You put it in, like, so you've gone through the first 3 sets for a year. Man, now there's a new rotation, whatever. There's some new keywords and things coming out. And then you put it in the new set, and then it's back again in the set after it, and you're developing it, and you're expanding it, and you're making it worth playing and exciting and fun. And, you know, you're worrying about really play testing and focusing on one thing. One awesome thing, Syndralig, or even here, your booster, regular booster box. It's your main product. You work on making this box as amazing as possible, and you don't get distracted by 25,000 other things around the side, shiny things that you got to wave around. And I don't know if part of it with TCGs is just like, part of it, my guess is that there's just, when you're doing that all the time for your job, and you're always designing cards, you're always doing all these different things. Like, you know, I can imagine it gets a little boring after a while, right? You're like, oh, I want some variety. We need some variety. We got to change things up. But, I mean, this is, somebody mentioned Universes Beyond and stuff. Like, you just start to kill the identity of a game. And sometimes the killing of that identity is subtle. Like, sometimes it's not a big, huge problem or issue. Sometimes it's small, it's slow. But there's, I don't know. I go back to some of my favorite game experiences, and man, Lord of the Rings Decipher was not perfect. Let's put it that way. It wasn't perfect. It has problems. But, you know, set 2 came out for that set, Mines of Moria. And if I remember correctly, there was not a million new keywords. I don't even know if there's any new keywords. You finally got the Balrog, which was exciting, totally changed the game. But in general, it was just kind of, you know, here's the groups we have. We're expanding on those groups. And it was great. Like, I didn't need any new keywords. I didn't need any, like, I already liked the game. I kind of liked how it was. I didn't need this big, fancy attempt to create some, I don't know, whatever thing. Like, I didn't want a set that would be the set for every single person in the world, you know? Don't need 75 different themes. Like, you pick the game because you like the game. You like the game. You like that type of game. And in Star Wars, I mean, the art conversation, right? You got the art conversation everywhere. That's one of the challenges with this, is it's kind of like they want to hit every single person who likes Star Wars in any possible way with a look that matches their original or main experience with Star Wars. And there's no, like, it's getting a little bit tighter. It's getting a little bit closer in the art department. But there's no just like, let's land on the look of this game. What is the look of Star Wars Unlimited? That's the look. That's what we're going for. It's awesome. Focus on making it awesome. You know? Like, I don't think I have the cards here. Zakas. I pulled them out somewhere, but there's two green white cards that they're right next to each other on the list, or where you're building the play set, and you look at them and you're like, is that the same game? Is that the same, like, we're doing the same thing? Like, I'm not even worried about good art, bad art, best art, worst art, whatever. I do think about that. But when it's just like, their styles get so... See, now I won't be able to find the ones. They'll never show up. Maybe we'll find them somewhere here. Ooh, that's a cool one. The styles just get so varied. It's like, oh, what's the identity? Let's see here. Yeah, when the price of a box is cheap, who's doing stuff to weigh packs? Oh my goodness. Man, people do anything. People do anything. One of the game stores I used to go to used to play like a miniatures game, and there was a guy who worked at the store. The good figure was always at the bottom of the box, and he would open up the boxes and pull out, check the bottom figure, replace the bottom figure, glue it, seal the box. Eventually they changed the boxes so you couldn't do that so easily, but it's just so depressing. And honestly, I mean, with Star Wars Unlimited, the way that it's designed, actually, it is kind of the perfect product for those type of people to do those things, because you got those showcases, and that's that one card that really rocks. 1 in 12 boxes. Obviously, if you open 12 boxes, I mean, it's dumb anyways, but if you're a store that literally opens up a box one at a time, and you're already opening it on your shelf, you put it out for people, there's always people who are doing goofy stuff. Unfortunately, people get desperate. People get sad. We haven't seen any showcases here. Going through this whole box. Case, I should say. Anyway, so I'm kind of swinging back around. Thanks for hopping on the stream. People today, it's another random stream. I had planned on doing more streams, like over the weekend and different things. If you didn't hear me say it before, I actually things got too crazy trying to fill up play sets and different things for people. People are sending me the list of the cards they want to get, and I'm trying to get enough boxes and different things open so that I can get their list shipped off to them so they're ready to go for the big event coming up. End of the month, I believe. The old Vegas party. And I said it before. I don't think anybody was on the stream yet. I had to say it quick, for the people who come later. So many of those obvious. That this set here, Legends of the Force, I have actually sold more play sets than the last 3 sets combined. So it seems like this set does have the potential to have some legs, have some growth to it. Star Wars really needs to get more people on board, again, who are going to actually work with the game. From that side of it, they really do they need a few sets, 3, 4 sets in a row, where, again, the boxes don't go crazy. We're not having anything like Spark of Rebellion, but they need a few box sets where these base boxes can kind of sit around that $100 price point. Yeah, Matthew, there's definitely been a shift of people coming into the game. Like, you know, there was still a lot of excitement back in Shadows, and even at the beginning of Twilight, there was a lot of movement that I saw. But as people kind of settled down with Twilight, things really slowed. Jump to Lightspeed was cool set, but the damage from Twilight of the Republic seeped over to that set. And then now, like, we're starting to get past that a bit, and Legends is starting to pull some traction, get some good stuff moving. Unfortunately, there's still quite a bit of damage control to pull out there, get things going. Like someone mentioned before, they went to a pre-release and just had, they were the only one who showed up for it. And man, I don't know. For a set this nice, it's wild to me. And yeah, that's where, to me, you gotta, like, there's only one way. There's only one way to, what's the word? Sustainably expand the amount of people who are willing to, not just on their fun time, but willing to really spend their week actively growing your game. Like the people who are going to plan events, and they're going to keep planning events, and when no one shows up, they're immediately working on trying to plan the next event, get somebody in. We're going to try and teach this person how to play. We're going to help these people get in. We're going to do this. Man, the only way to sustainably grow that is to make this product be a product that's, you know, worth it for those people to sell. And then, to me, of course, it's not just about the selling of the product, but then it, hopefully, and if it's done right, makes it really worth it for the people who are getting the product. Like, man, you just feel so good, right? You feel so good if you're buying a product, and not only is it fun to play, not only is it awesome, not only do you love the art and the theme and everything, but it also maintains a relatively, you know, decent value compared to what you paid for it. Oh, it feels so good. It feels so good. It's one of the cool things about TCGs as a hobby when done correctly. In my opinion, that's one case. What do you guys think about that case? Let's take a little review here. Obviously, no showcases. Oh, man. Dralik, Apple, Father, Qui-Gon, Zuckuss, HK. Okay, so we had what? We had one Hyperspace. We had a Vader. We had a lightsaber. Those are sweet. Yoda, Skywalker. Fortunately, nobody was looking at singles on my website to buy cheap ones while they were cheaper. I don't know. We had a foil one there. Nobody went to my site to buy the cheap oddies or different things. Grand Inquisitor, Hyperspace. Oh, he's a good one too. Lightsaber. I don't know why I'm not pulling him out front. Why not? 2 foils. Yoda's great. Okay, there's some good stuff in there. That's good. I don't know. How does he? Did he like it? Did he like it? I don't know. Should we do another case? Should we do it? People are going to hang around. I'll do another case because they probably need another case for play sets. It's the uncommons. These are the cards that are stopping me from fulfilling more playsets is these uncommons. Oh my goodness, the amount of time it takes to build playsets is wild. Wild, wild, wild. See here. Matthew says, I feel like they should be doing blocks like old Magic. Man, blocks are so good. I love blocks. I miss blocks a lot. Piloting should have been a keyword for 3 sets. I mean, I agree with that general sentiment. I don't know personally if I'd like piloting enough to want to see it for 3 sets. Unless they, that would give them the time in theory to make it nice. In general, oh man, I think in general the challenge with this type of TCG for that type of keyword is again that whole 2-for-1ing yourself type thing. And there's ways, obviously there's ways around it, but when you have to put that way around your fundamental way the card works on like every version of it or a bunch of them, I don't know, that gets a little weird. Gets a little weird to me. I don't know. Should we do another one? If you think we should open another box and ramble more about how we could fix everything, you should hit the like button, or they have a heart button in the chat. You should hit the heart button, or you should see if you can get more experience points than someone in the chat. Let me know if you think we should open another one here. That, or just tell me everything you love, hate about anything I've said before. Come on, hit me back with something. There we go. We got one like. Matthew can't hit the button again. You can hit the heart button. I don't actually know what that does. One person wants to see. 2 people want to see it. Oh my goodness. I know a bunch of you are sitting at work and you're sneakily listening, and you're not supposed to be watching this video while you work. And you're afraid to go click that button. Sigmund, please open another one. It just got here. There we go. Sigmund Fred. I like that. I like that. Oh my goodness. 4 people hit the button. You guys are the champions. My friends. We'll keep on fighting till the end. Right? Hello. Collects. Wait. Bumping on. I still obviously have, obvious. I say the word obvious, obviously too much. I do have more things, of course, on my website, singles, all that jazz, fun stuff, play sets, sealed boxes, if you want to get some sealed boxes, all that fun things. All those fun things. I took off the sale. I did have a sale on play sets, and there's too many play sets going through, so I had to take the sale off, put them back at the regular J-type Nubian Starship price. That's a cool foil. That's one of my favorites. Love it so much. I'm going to put it on the side. But I still have those. We still have a few more play sets. I'm cautiously optimistic that I might actually run out of them, which would be awesome. And I did, I did some box breaks last week, and man, I kind of did the thing. I ran them at as low a possible price I could do without going negative. And so I had some fun. We ran a few of them. I like to try and give people, a little bit of a deal, a little bit of fun as much as I can. But I did push the price back up a bit on those because, oh my goodness, you gotta have a little bit of sanity and a little bit of breathing room. So the stuff's still all there. I just repriced a couple of things to make it a little more sustainable. And I know that probably means I won't have anybody who wants to do more box breaks, but I guess that means I just make play sets. And, you know, you rock and roll with what you got. These temples are so cool. The foil ones, oh, man. Let's see here. Sigmund Fred, got a Snoke Showcase. Very nice in your last box. Very cool. Very exciting. Let's see here. Space Ghost. Definitely need to set up local places to play at. I only found one store around me in the last place I lived. Haven't checked out my new area yet. Hope there'll be a place that plays it. Okay, you guys, you're 40 minutes in. You're like an hour in here. You're 40 people watching. Let's talk about that. Let's talk. Nobody else is going to hear this. We are in the secret depths, way in. And yeah, okay, so what I'm going to say now has nothing to do this. How do I phrase this? How do I phrase this in a good way? The comment I'm going to make here is the same comment I would make for any TCG, every TCG that wants to grow their game. So, this, you know, we're talking, I mean, we're in the context of Star Wars, but it's in the context of all the games, any TCG that wants to grow. Any TCG suckers that would like to see more people play their game and expand their game and grow good things. Oh, okay, so we'll get that in just a second. Adam, luck so far has been kind of iffy. We did get double Anakin and a Vader in the first case, so that was good. Nothing amazing, but again, actually, you know, we had quite a few oddies, and we had Hyperspace Foil Yaddle, so it was good. For a non-showcase case, it was pretty good. Pretty good average. Now we got Babu Frick, so we are really kicking it now. Carbonite, yeah. I mean, that's... Carbonite's a whole big thing. I have a lot of thoughts on Carbonite, but now that I've kept you all in suspense for like 3 minutes of ignoring what I was going to say. Talking about, comment in the chat, need to set up more local places to play. Oh, to me, for any, and maybe they have these people out there and I've just never been able to interact with them. This is possible. This is definitely possible. But for me, in growing one of these games, I would have a person, some people, I don't know, I would have some people who are actively spending time directly communicating from the game maker, whoever the game maker is, to people who are running stores, to people who are making content, to anybody who has the potential to, one, not grow the game, only grow the game, but two, help them grow as a business, right? I mean, the people who are going to be spending large amounts of money on their product. And again, I have no idea what any company does for any of these things other than cool Hyperspace Yoda. Yes. With a Yaddle, that's a pack. That is a pack. But here's kind of like, I mean, the fundamental way I think about it. Every store, you know, is going to be different and whatnot, but if, you know, stores are really the customers of these games, right? Stores, whether it's LGS or an online retailer like me, I'm a different type of store, but I am a store, and we're the customers. And so to me, it's like, the question I ask myself is, how much time would it be worth paying somebody on your team to reach out in some capacity? Let's say they interact with a store or a buyer like this for, I don't know, 1 hour a month, 1 hour every 2 months, 1 hour every 3 Anakin Skywalkers. You pick the thing. Like, how much would that be worth when you're talking about stores that are going to be spending 5, you know, the super big ones, 6 figures every couple of months on your set? Like, how much would that be worth? And obviously they do interact with different places. As far as I can tell, most of that interaction is with the really, really big super places, you know. The ones who are going extra crazy. But man, if they put just a little bit of effort into reaching out to smaller places, a lot of them that aren't even that small, and you just have that tiny bit of interaction, like the amount you get from it, the benefit you get from it is potentially so outsized compared to what you put into it. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And, you know, for example, let's say you're a card game, and let's say you have a product you put out, and let's say the product doesn't quite do what you were hoping for. Just theoretically, imagine that this could happen somewhere, sometime, someplace. Like, how much would it hurt your company and your business to reach out to all of the first level, whatever, customers, stores, whatever, who purchased large amounts of that product and then kind of got hosed by it? Like, how would that hurt your business, or would it potentially help if you just had a little bit of conversation with them about what you're planning on hoping to do, fix things, wasn't the dream for everybody, you know, like, how much would paying that person on your team be worth? You know? I don't know. I don't know. To me, maybe I just don't know anything about business. But that little bit of interaction, that little bit of connection, that little bit of something, man, it goes so far. Right? And not that kind of just generic announcements or whatever, or glossing over things, but like just a tiny bit of interaction can encourage a store to put in so much more effort for your game. Like, I mean, I think of some people in some games, like, let's just say they are people who are quite high up in the games. Obviously, this takes a bit of work and whatnot, but if they show up to a pre-release, man, that pre-release is rocking, right? And like, what a jump start for that store, or an encouragement for that store to just, like, oh my goodness, the so-and-so of this game showed up at our event and hung out with us for a bit, and like, man, you know, that little couple hour investment of time reaps benefits at that store and just builds that relationship for so long. So long. Like, that store is willing to go through whatever to keep things rocking. You know, and there's like, you got these places where, I mean, they know exactly, they've got all the data, right, from events and whatnot. They know exactly where there are places where maybe nobody's playing the game, or tons of people are playing the game, different stuff. Go into one of those places where you see The market's it's not working for the game. Find a game store in there. Get in there and have a real conversation with them. So, like, work with them. Work with that store to figure out what you can do to help support that store start getting things to rock and move in that city. Don't just sit and wait and hope that one day somebody will maybe see one thing on the internet and decide to make things run or rock, like, or they're gonna wait until they think they can make a bunch of money selling carbonite boxes. Like, get in there and, like, I don't know, like, how much is it worth? Get that personal deep thing that's beyond just conventions. Get beyond the super big $1 million stores that buy up all the product and then sell it at a loss or something just so they can get all the long-term customers, so that when there is a really good product that sells super well, all those customers end up going to that place because they know that place and that place gave them a good deal in the past that the other stores couldn't keep up with. So now they're all going to flock to that store, and it's just this vicious cycle of, you know, killing the little seller. Anyways, let's see here. Getting Showcase a regular pack, more satisfying than the carbonite. You know, I mean, it's more satisfying in the sense that you're like, oh my goodness, thank goodness I found one. Oh, I thought I was going to go 60 boxes and not get one. Like, yeah. It's definitely more of a surprise, let's put it that way. Always 2 legendaries. I wish they always came with 2 legendaries like that. Let's see here. Rooster got emotional, got 2 boxes of carbonite. Oh my goodness. The stakes in carbonite. Look at that foil. There's a foil Vader. See, I should be more excited that it's a foil Vader. But unfortunately, again, the changes they made with the set number and different things, it's actually less exciting in a way to see that. You know, unless you're doing the master set thing and you need it. A little less exciting. I like the way it looks, though. I do like it. Let's see here. Brandon, pre-release events were a ton of fun. Set really works well in a sealed format. Complements the Spark of Rebellion set very well. Yes. I have heard good things about the places where pre-releases have been rocking, kicking off. I've heard really, really good things about that. So glad to hear you got to experience one of those. I was making play sets. When you make play sets, you're not allowed to play in the events. Got a second pre-release tonight. That's awesome. Sigmund. I love pre-release events. I kind of wish they were just like release events now. I don't know, the whole idea of a pre-release is kind of, I mean, I just love the idea. You get a cool little box, you get 6 packs, everybody has 6 packs, everybody does cool things. Love it. But part of me just kind of wishes it was just, I don't know. There's so many pre-releases, it's not pre-release anymore, it's just release. I don't know. Will I do another 1,000 pack opening? I actually already have the next 1,000 pack opening filmed. I just have not been able to edit it yet because, again, I had so many playset orders. It took so long to sort them. I've not had time to sit and edit it. And somebody asked the other day if I was doing it on the live stream. I was like, you know, I could, but I don't think anybody wants to sit for 5 or 6 hours. And I don't think I can sit that long either. I gotta film those in little streaks, you know. Stretch, take a break. There's a lot of moving things around. It would be a super painful live stream without, you know, getting another team of people to move things around for me. And, well, let's just say that's not in the budget. That's not in the budget. Was my chase card in the new set? Apart from what everyone else thinks? Oh. That's my chase card right there. This is my card that I want the most of, the Monkey Lizard. I mean, I know other people don't appreciate it as much as I do, but the Monkey Lizard and okay, other people like this one, and Monkey Lizard Hyperspace and that Nubian J-type Nubian starship. Those two in hyperspace are so glorious. Absolutely glorious. This one too, like this one in hyperspace, I love the Night Sister Warrior. This one would be there if it was on the top of the picture and it was bigger. But they kind of, just, why did they do that to that? Kings just joined. What did you miss? Well, you didn't miss any showcases today. Apparently, they have all disappeared and been eaten. Let's see here. Brandon, it'd be fun to facilitate live break pack battles between viewers and allows to purchase by the pack. Make for more streaming entertainment. Man, you know, I definitely love doing that kind of thing. The challenge is, Leia Organa. There's a few challenges with that. I do love doing that kind of thing. Challenge number one is most people don't want to pay for the price that it would make it worth it for me to like open a box and ship it, or open a pack and ship it, especially now that they are increasing shipping prices like next week. It's one of the reasons I had to put my box prices back up a little bit too, because those prices are going to go up. Maybe it would work a little bit better in here, but I did it too for Flesh and Blood, and sometimes it just, things wouldn't fire, things wouldn't go, and man, I want opening packs to be so good for everybody, and man, if I did one pack per person, like, man, I want people to get awesome things, and you just know, if you're only opening one pack, the odds of a lot of people getting a sad pack, and then they had to pay shipping for me to ship it to them. Feels bad. I don't want to have lots of feel bads like that. No, I definitely, man, I mean, this is actually way back in sports card days. One of the most fun, like, in-person events I went to was like this. There's a cool baseball card shop, and they'd had like these, look at that, double legendary. Again, I don't remember what they called the nights, but they would pick a set, different baseball card sets. They do a bunch of different ones, but they'd pick one, and then everybody could choose if they wanted to be in the round or whatnot, and you'd get to open 3 packs or something. Somewhere between 1 and 5 packs, depending on, you know, how expensive the set was or whatever. And then, you know, of course, baseball cards and whatnot, there's lots of stats and statistics on the cards. So for each, like, round, they'd call out, okay, so who has the highest number card in the set? Or who got the player with the best batting average, or, you know, all these different things. And so you'd have a bunch of people yelling things out, and then whoever won the best, or had the best of whatever, I'm going to use whatever as many times as possible in this sentence, whoever got the best whatever pack would get a whatever prize. How's that? It was fun. It was a ton of fun, because they'd have these little tokens and different things you got from the shop, or sometimes you'd win like a random bag. You could choose a random bag that had different cool prizes in it, and if you got the tokens, you could go over to the case, and you each had different cards that are worth, you know, however many tokens. It was a ton of fun. Really fun experience. Just a nice way to enjoy opening packs with people and make it a little bit more than just, did I get the, back then, an autograph? I'm a dozen now. Her eyes are in the way again. Nubian Starship coming in. Play group was super lucky with showcases. Out of 12 people, 9 got one. That's pretty awesome. Constructed lightsabers back. Oh man, we're almost halfway through this case, and it's gonna be very sad if we do 2 cases and no showcase. I kind of wish the top tier card did not have the word case in it, so that it's showcase case. Oh, those S's, so many S's in the shadows is a fun one. Gosh, her eyes ruin everything. Stop looking at that screen. You're ruining all our focus. So I don't know. I mean, I would do some sort of pack battle, different things. Again, like here's my. Oh, good. Now we got 50 people on. Sometimes in these live streams, if you listen long enough, we're gonna get past the surface stuff. We're gonna get to the real deal, right? Here's the challenge I have right now with Star Wars Unlimited 2. Is I've chosen unique is maybe not the right word. I don't know if difference the right word. I've chosen a type of way of interacting with this game where I have a difficult balance that I have not figured out yet. I have a difficult balance between creating content that's exciting and fun and enjoyable and that builds the community and draws new people in and just hopefully makes Star Wars Unlimited a little bit more fun for people, or just adds a type of fun to it. I'm stuck. That's part of it. That's half of it, and then the other half is trying to make it sustainable and something that I can survive with. Survive is a pretty intense word. And those two things do not align often. And one of the ways they don't align is, for example, somebody asked about the 10,000 pack video. If I was doing pure content, fun, excitement, man, like that video would already be out. That would have already happened. I would have had a brand new video every single day the last 2 weeks or last week. I don't know. I can't even keep track how long it's been. That's what I would like to do. I'd have more how to play. I don't know how to play videos, but I'd have more gameplay videos. I'd have more deck building stuff. I'd have a lot of fun things, collecting things. I'd have more binder videos. I'd have more master set videos. Like, I'd have so many more things if I could just focus on let's make this game exciting, fun, reach as many people as possible. Would have showcase videos. Like, there's just so much. There's so many things that I could do. But instead, because I, am trying to do some types of videos that involve opening packs and boxes, it means that I spent, I don't know how many hours this weekend, and, some other people trying to help me too, building playsets and not making content. And I literally, with these boxes, I have to make play sets to make this function. And then I have to spend so much time working on selling singles, shipping singles, doing all sorts of like just, you know, jumping through hoops to make it work. More starships. And I would, man, you know, it's kind of like a background piece of what I was talking about earlier. It would be so nice if I could really just focus on making content and then be able to sell some boxes at $100 a box and have it be enough to, you know, okay, I can just spend the next week just focusing on building the game. Oh man, that'd be so nice. But instead, it's like, man, you have to just dig out every ounce of potential value. And it's not just me, obviously. It's like anybody who's doing any type of work with these things. It's why, like it's so funny's not, I thought it, okay, never mind, I shouldn't say that word. If you were around back in the Shadows of the Galaxy, you know, I've been doing SWU since the beginning. I made my first 1,000 pack video for Shadows of the Galaxy. And that is, to this day, my most hated video on the channel. This is the most hated video. Made so many people mad. And all I was doing in that video is I opened, it's 40 boxes. 1,000 packs sounds crazy. It is crazy if you've never done it before. But if you're a store and you're opening singles, 40 boxes is like, it's not actually that much when it comes to, yeah, store levels of things. And there's so many stores who do so much more of that. But I filmed it, right? I filmed it. And so I guess, you know, people seeing this store actually do that made them mad. Anyways, where was it going with all that? What was the point of that? What was the point of this? Where I'm lost in this starship somewhere. I had a point. I lost it. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Like the reason stores don't make that type of content and videos, because it just takes so much time. It takes so much time to make a 1,000 pack video, especially if you're not just going to do the, like I've seen, you know, videos in the past too, where it's just a couple people, they sit at a table, they put a camera above and they just film it. There's no breaks. There's no close-ups on any of the cards. They're just flinging expensive cards all around this table. You get this big, massive pile of chaos. Like, yeah, you could do that. It doesn't take super long to do. But man, all the types of content I do, it takes so much time away from actually selling them the product that I get stuck between, like the question I have to ask myself with every choice that I'm making when a new set comes out is, do I spend the next hour, like Vader there, do I spend the next hour working on something that I think will just be fun, exciting, cool content to put out, different things, or do I spend that hour on trying to make sure that I can do it again for the next set? Oh, and that's it. It's difficult. It's difficult. It's not fun decisions all the time. And man, I mean, like this last week, I don't know. It feels like I get stuck between the two, and then you can't do either of them well. And I want to do both of them well. I mean, More so I want to do the content well because it's more fun. It's more fun, more exciting. But it definitely, like, the content I do obviously helps me get some sales. And I mean, I wouldn't have any on my website or whatever if I didn't have the content. But mostly it just helps some people get excited about Star Wars Unlimited in general, and then they go, you know, go enjoy the game wherever they enjoy the game, which is fine. And totally be expected, but it's not like, you know, if someone gets excited about collecting a master set from my different videos, 9 out of 10, probably more like 19 out of 20 or 49 out of 50 are going to then go and spend most of their money on that somewhere else. Oh, let's see here. And that was such a depressing topic. Oh my goodness, such a depressing topic. Nobody said anything in the chat. There you go. That's another cool card. Chase for me, the hyperspace on that one is very nice. Showcase what I think is most valuable. Man, I got no idea. I have no idea. Rule of thumb is it's whichever one I have not opened. I'm just kidding. Actually, I got so lucky with the last Spark Rebellion stuff I was opening. Oh, it was so cool. They're still just sitting there. Never tell me the odds. They're the reason I'm doing a master set. Nice. Nice. Oppo. Man, I feel like, man, there could have, I don't know. How much trouble should I get into? Nobody's going to listen to this. Nobody's going to get this far. Man, I felt like jump to Lightspeed. They come out with a new product. The whatever, Cardport XL Super Binder. You come out with that product, and then you're adding in carbonite boxes to the game. Oh my goodness, like what an opportunity. What an opportunity for someone out there to make some sort of cool content that would be just fitting to their content creation things, that would probably make a pretty, maybe half bad, maybe 90% terrible. Nobody knows. No one will ever know. What an opportunity to get some views on that sort of a thing. Oh my goodness. It's one of those little marketing things I just look at and I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't understand. Never tell me the odds. I have some pages if you want some. I have some of the GameGenic ones because I ordered some. I love SS Brew Crew that you're listening. Sometimes you wonder, it's like, this video has 10,000 views on it. Not this one, some videos. And you're like, did anybody... I mean, most people, you can see most people don't make it to the end of a video, just generally. This is terrible boxes, though. I mean, not terrible. How many Vaders did we get this time? Quite a few. It's a good Vader Anakin train. But for showcases, it's so sad. sometimes I wonder if people see any of these videos, if they just don't care. I'll just leave it like that. I just wonder. I don't know, just the amount of card ports. The excitement. Oh gosh, such an opportunity. Lost in the galaxy. What can you do though? You can't force it. Cannot force it. Malak hasn't come around for a while. Foil Malakili. That's our second foil Malakili. Yeah, I don't know why with that binder, especially because GameGen makes pages. I don't know. Second Hyperspace Monkey Lizard. Just a great opportunity to like put those two products together and sell them together. Great opportunity. Make it, especially because it's like a, you know, it's branded for Star Wars Unlimited and everything. Just put the perfect amount of pages that you need for it to be a full playset. Or not playset, master set. Oh man. Oh man. These live streams, always so dangerous. So dangerous. Foil Monkey Lizards too. And you're gonna make me grab that cardboard behind me and just look at it. Thank you, SS Brew Crew. I appreciate that. I try to make them fun. I try to make it enjoyable. I try to keep things fun and exciting and positive and all that jazz. I try to make sure that, you know, Shin here is gonna mess up our. Oh, whoa! There it is. Oh my goodness, Ray Showcase. Who was it that says more fun finding these in these type of boxes? You're right, because I wasn't looking at it at all. I just pulled it. I saw it on the screen actually because I was looking at trying to cover her eyes. I saw it on the screen before I saw it in my hand. There we go. It's not even in focus. Okay. Finally. Finally. Yes. Oh, look at the back. I don't know how many times I've done that. Look at the back. Oh. Now that's, man. It's interesting. Okay. So this is one of those cards I'm looking at it. Is that, oh, they all are? Yeah, they all have that line, I assume. Kind of that dark line that goes across. To me, I don't know. I don't know who's in charge of these. Who's in charge of this stuff? Man, to me, I would do something different here. Because it kind of feels like, again, unless this is an error. Somebody let me know, but the way they have that there just kind of almost chops the card into that square. On this side, it looks pretty good. This side looks great, but then when you, I guess, yeah, when you flip it, the way that it goes there, I don't know. Much cooler on this side. Very nice. Now we have something to cover up her face. Okay. Okay. There was a foil Burden of the Masters in the back of that one too. Wow, okay. Time to stand up. You know, there's one more box in the case. And of course, we're going to open it. Because we don't do goofy stuff. We're going to open it. We're going to see if we get two in the same case. Oh my goodness, I'm looking at this. Sorry, I'm pausing for a second. I got to stand up. I'm looking at this binder. Trying to read all the stuff on it. The phrase they use on it, they did not use master set. They used full set collection. Full set collection. Probably because master set confuses people who are new to TCGs and don't. Well, that confuses people because people can't agree always what it is. But man, I'm just saying, if you're gonna put out a product, it's about doing open it or full sets, master sets. Maybe interact with someone who does that. I don't know. It's just an idea. It's a wild marketing idea. Never thought of it before. Anyways, never tell me the odds. So I assume you are working on a master set. Oh, I wish I was. I wish I was. And that is because this is a really cool set. Oh my gosh, a master set for this would look so good. And I got the card part that nobody wanted to buy that I could put it in. But that's where I have to make that choice of do I spend will I to do that like I did for Twilight of the Republic? I know I didn't count the hours that I put towards that. But because I did that for Twilight of the Republic, and it's my favorite thing about doing the channel, building master sets and everything, that meant that I spent so much time building it, filming it. Gosh, filming binders is a nightmare. Working on the lighting and different things and refilming and redoing stuff. And all that time meant that I was not focused on my hyperspace yachtles. I was not focusing on actually selling stuff. And that meant that, Twilight was extra rough for me. And so that's the choice I have to choose between. And so because Twilight was so bad, I have to try and make up for it a bit. And that means that, I have to spend more time building playsets, more time just trying to, move stuff around as quick as possible. Because I've said this before too. It's definitely not clear to everybody. Some people think that I just got like super resources flying around. I do not get 2 free resources per turn here, or at the start of the game, and I don't get a new resource each turn. So because I try and open the set and I don't just buy the cards, the numbers have to work out for me. And Ogdo Bogdo, we're just not there yet. We are not there yet. And it's one of those things where it's like there's no, I can't measure. The only measure I have for how much people enjoy the binders and master set content and even the box breaks and everything, the only measure I have is views. And me personally, I think I've been helpful for Star Wars Unlimited. I think I've helped some people get excited about the game who maybe wouldn't have if I hadn't been making content. Whew, look at that. Sahari Sin, that Mystic Monastery. Yeah. Man, if I was putting the binder together, that card right there would be so good. Yeah, those are great. Looks like one of the beacons of Gondor, though. Yeah, there's just no, like, there's no metrics or whatever I can use to be like, to try and pitch to people how, I don't know, maybe good it is for the game or not. And yeah, maybe it's all in my head. Maybe I think it's more beneficial for Swoogs than it actually is. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. So we're trying to recoup some stuff here. Hopefully in Legends to make up for Twilight, make up for JTL, and you know, I'd love to get back on that train of building the master sets. Really, that's another thing that can be done. I can do that if they can get box prices back up, the regular box prices, because I don't think they'll ever sell me enough carbonite. I am not in the whatever correct box, you know. Some places they just get, 50, 60 Qui-Gon Jinns there, who knows how much carbonite, and they make a great game going for it. But, I only got these to work with, really. I do have a couple of carbonite boxes on my website. A very, very super small amount. And they're not the best price because I don't have a whole lot. But just threw them out there. Thought I'd see if anybody would go for them or not. Got 2 packs left in this case. Anyways, big long meandering conversation. End of the day, I'd love to see Star Wars Unlimited grow more. I would love to be able to do more exciting things for it. I'd love to see more Battle Fury flying around. I'd love to make more binder videos, more. Yeah, I just love to be able to do that. I think that there's so much that can be done. I still think Star Wars Unlimited, if they pull a couple things together, they just got to pull a few things together, narrow and focus on a few pieces. We talked about some of them in this video, and from there, like it's Star Wars. It's such an easy IP to sell to gamers, and man, it's working in a lot of places. It's doing a lot of great things. It's by no means, dead like a lot of people thought it would be at the beginning. It's doing great in some places. It could do so much more, Father. It is a rare foil. What did we do on our Vader count this time? Matthew, you are good. You're all good. You're all good, Matthew. Let's see here. I am the store. So, Harumph, every box is for the store and for me. Me and the store are one. The store and I are one. I am one with the store, and the store is one with me. Let's put it that way. So, yes. That's one of those things. I haven't even had time. I have not made the choice, which I should have probably, of putting all the showcases I've opened up on my website. Like that's the level of time stress I feel under at the moment. So there's one Vader, one lightsaber, a foil row. There's another lightsaber and that foil draw leg. This is from one case. We had a Vader, so there's a 3 Vader case. We had one Anakin, Hyperspace Yoda. Okay, yeah, not bad. Not bad. So currently on my website, I just have, for singles, I have the non-foil legendaries and rares up. I didn't put the foil ones up because, well, we all know how the foil ones are doing. I have a bunch of people want them. If you want to just send a list, if you want other variants and things, you want any of the cool showcases. I have more than are visible here because yeah, 10,000 pack videos help you get some showcases sometimes. They definitely do. This is the first one of these I've seen though, so definitely for sale. Hopefully I'll get that stuff up on the website soon. Otherwise, if you are one of the people who has sent a list, I'm trying to work through some of those lists this afternoon now that I have a few more hyperspace cards available to fill out some of those things you guys want. I also have some more uncommons ready to make, I don't know, maybe 4 more play sets. So we're doing that. We're doing that. I do have a few Vaders. Let's just say if you like... Oh, I know, I don't want to give that away. I don't want to give that away. When the 10,000 pack video comes out, either sometime in the next 7 weeks, when that comes out, you should watch it because it has some fun things in it. Some fun cards in it. Oh, that's all I'm going to say. Anyways, you guys are awesome. Any other questions, things, throw them in the chat now before I get moving on to filling out those sale lists for people. Thanks for being patient for those of you who sent me a list. And I haven't been super fast with it. It's just going quick. Trying to go quick. Probably have enough maybe to even make a play set of those now too. So we got double Annies. Here we go. There's the Annie Vader pile. Nice. Yoda's doing well too. Should have sleeved a few more of these as I was going, but look at this. If these cards, I mean, I don't necessarily expect to hold what they're holding now, but if they can get a couple of these to hold their value up there, it'd be very good. Very good signal for the long-term health of this game. Boom, 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 boom. Revan Showcase, so cool. So cool. Nice. Nice. Okay, this is lunchtime. This is lunchtime, everybody. We'll see you next time. If you got any cool things, let me know. We'll talk to you soon. Peace.